Hello students, welcome back to the online teaching classes. Divine Public School, Monapur, Gorakhpur. Today we are going to study English class 10th, Footprints Without Feet, Chapter 9, Bholi or Sulekha. Now my dear students, before going to the textbook, let's know about the author. Khwaja Ahmed Abbas was a famous Indian film director, novelist, screenwriter, and a journalist in Urdu, Hindi, and English languages. He was the maker of film like Sat Hindustani, 1969, and To Boond Pani, which won the National Film Award for Best Feature Film on National Integration. He wrote screen scripts of the best of Raj Kapoor's film like Amara, Sri 420, Mera Naam Joker, and Bobby. He was born in the family of the famous Urdu poet Holly, who was a student of Mirza Ghalib. His grandfather was one of the chief rebels of the 1857 First War of Independence. He was born in Panipat, Haryana on 7th June 1914 and died on 1st June 1987 at the age of 72 in Bombay. My dear students, let's know the theme of the story. Bholi is the story of a village girl who was discriminated as she had poke marks on her face, stammered, means stuttered, and was considered to be a simple tone, means quite simple. Bholi suffered an attack of smallpox when she was just 2 years old. She damaged a part of her brain when she fell off from the cot, means bed. Education transformed, means changed a dumb cow into a fearless and courageous girl. First, she agreed to marry an unequal match Bisambar. Just to maintain the honor of the family, her father Ramlal put even his turban at the feet of the greedy bridegroom. He accepted to marry a girl with poke marks only after getting 5,000 rupees as dowry. Bholi showed the courage of throwing away the ceremonial garland into the fire. She refused to have a mean, greedy, and contemptible coward like Visambarnath as her husband. Now, let's begin the textbook. Her name was Sulekha, but since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Bholi, the simpleton, means quite simple. She was the fourth daughter of Nambardar Ramlal. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot, means bed, on her head, and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward, means mentally not wise, child, and came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair and pretty, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pockmarks. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learnt to speak, she stammered. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. As a result, she talked very little. Now, my dear students, I am going to tell you the meaning of some difficult words like damaged, injured, backward, mentally not wise, disfigured, made ugly, pretty means beautiful, fair means fair complexion, poke marks, mark, marks of smallpox, entire means completely, stammered means stuttered, mimicked means imitated, copied, prosperous means well off. So here in this paragraph, the writer just want to give the information about Bholi, about her simpleton nature and how she suffered from an attack. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and the youngest of them was Bholi. It was a prosperous farmer's household, that means family, and there was plenty to eat and drink. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. The second daughter, Mangla's marriage had also been settled, done, and when that was done, Ramlal would think of the third, Champa. They were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She had neither good looks nor intelligence. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. You know that what is the meaning of perform? Means do. Ceremony means rituals. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you know, revenue official means an official of revenue. You are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. As I told you, revenue official means official related to the revenue. Here, when Tehsildar came to the village to do the opening ceremony of village school, in the same time he said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, he is the representative leader of the government in the village, as must send you must set an example to villagers. And how he will set an example? To send her daughter to school. You must send your daughters to school. It means that he can set the example by sending her daughters to school. That means village school. That night when Ramlal consulted, took the opinion, his wife, she cried, "Are you crazy? That means, are you mad? If girls go to school, who will marry them?" But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. At last, his wife said, "I will tell you what to do. Send Boli to school as it is. There is little chance of her getting married with her ugly face and lack of sense. Let the teachers at school worry about her." The next, Ramlal caught Boli by the hand and said, "Come with me. I'll take you to school." Boli was frightened, scared. She did not know what his school was like. Remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. No, 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 no. Means no, 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 no. She shouted interior and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. Father's caught. Grip means father's caught and hold. It means that she doesn't like to go to school. Thinking about her old cow Lakshmi, how she has been turned out of the house to sell. At this, "What's the matter with you, you fool?" her father told her. Shouted Ramlal, "I am only taking you to school." Then he told his wife, "Let her wear some decent clothes. Clothes means good looking clothes today, or else what will the teachers and the other school girls think of us when they see her? New clothes had never been made for Holi. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted Champa. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. Only then did she begin to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. Now, my dear students, just know about the meaning of some difficult words. Shouted means cried. Terror means great fear. Creep means hold of the fist. Decent means nice. Shrunk means become short. Matted means tangled. Fear laden means full of fear. Squatted means sitting. Legs crossed. Mats means thick flat pads. Exact means precise. Here, Champa was elder to Bholi, Sulekha. That's why she never provided new dress. Every time she has to wear the clothes which were not fitted to Champa, her elder sister. Then these clothes were given to Boli or Sulekha to wear. When they were shorter, when they become shorter to Champa, that clothes were given to Boli or Sulekha to wear. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. Left alone, the poor girl looked about her with fear laden eyes. Fear laden eyes means full of terror. There were several rooms, and each room girls like her squatted means sitting, legs crossed on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. The headmistress asked Boli to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. Boli did not know what exactly a school was like and what happened there, but she was glad, happy to find so many girls, almost of her own age, present there. She hoped that one of these girls might become her friend. The lady teacher who was in the class was saying something to the girls but Boli could understand nothing. She looked at the pictures on the wall. The colors fascinated me, attracted her. The horse was brown, just like the horse on which the Tahsildar had come to visit to look their villages. The goat was black like the goat of their neighbor. The parrot was green like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard, Miss garden, and the cow was just like their Lakshmi. And suddenly Boli noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. What's your name, little one? Bo. It means she stammered. She could stammer, stuttered no further than that. Then she began to cry, and tears flowed from her eyes, means rolled down from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in the corner, not daring to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried out of the classroom. Scurried means ran out of the classroom, but Boli dared not leave her corner. Her head still lowered, she kept on sobbing. Boli, the teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had never been called like that. It touched her heart. Get up, said the teacher. It was not a command. Command means order, but just a friendly suggestion. Boli got up. Now tell me your name. The teacher asked. Yes, it will be very easy. You just come to school every day. Will you come? Boli nodded. Nodded means she was not agree. No, say it aloud. Tell it loudly. Yes. And Boli herself was astonished, surprised, amazed that she had been able to say it. Didn't tell you? Now take this book, teacher told her. The book was full of nice pictures, and the pictures were in color: dog, cat, goat, horse, parrot, tiger, and a cow, just like Lakshmi. Lakshmi was an old cow of Boli, Sulekha. And with every picture was a word in big black letters. In 1 month, you will be able to read this book, her teacher told her. Her teacher told Boli that within the 1 month, you will be able to read this book. Then I will give you a bigger book. When you will be capable to read this small book, then you will get a big one, then still bigger one. In time you will be more learned than anyone else in the village. Then no one will ever be able to laugh at you. People will listen to you with respect, and you will be able to speak without the slightest stammer, without a little stuttering. Understand? Her teacher told her. Now go home and come back early tomorrow morning, she told in a friendly manner to Bholi. Bholi felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temple were ringing and the trees in front of the schoolhouse had blossomed, means laden with full of flowers into big red flowers. Her heart was throbbing, exciting with a new hope and a new life. See, what is the importance of good behavior? Her family member never spoke to her in a friendly manner. The teacher started speaking to Bholi in a friendly and politely in a in a very nice way. She taught her everything about which Bholi didn't know. You know that if a person speaks very gently or behave decently to a person, definitely that person will transform, will change by the kind heart and soft speaking of that person. Same thing happened with Boli. Because of her teacher, there was hope for new life. Thus, the year passed. The village became a small town. The little primary school became a high school. There were now a cinema under a tin shed and a cotton ginning mill. The mail train began to stop at their railway station. One night after dinner, Ramlal said to his wife, then, shall I accept Bisambar's proposal? You know what is the meaning of proposal? Proposal means here advice. Proposal means here advice. So, yes, certainly, his wife said, Holly will be lucky to get such a well to do bridegroom. Well to do means wealthy or well off bridegroom. A big shop, a house of his own, and I hear several thousand in the bank. Moreover, he is not asking for any dowry. That's right. But he is not so young, you know, almost the same age as I am. The father of Boli, Ramlal, is talking to his wife about the personality of the bridegroom for Bholi, means about Bisambarnath. So, what does it matter? His wife replied, 45 or 50. It is no great age for a man. We are lucky that he is from another village and does not know about her poke marks. That means poke marks means the marks of smallpox and her lack of sense. Lack of sense means shortage of wisdom. If we don't accept this proposal, she may remain unmarried all her life. You know that for a parent, it is a burden. If the parents are not able to get married of their daughters, definitely they always think about how to get married of the daughters and get rid of that burden. It is a very important duty for them. Anyhow, they will have to get married of their daughters. This is the very important duty of their life. So Ramlal is also thinking about Boli will get married to Bisambarnath and then their duties will be over. Yes, but I wonder what Boli will say. What will that witless one say? She is like a dumb cow. Maybe you are right, muttered Ramlal. In the other corner of the courtyard, Boli lay awake on her cot, means bed, listening to her parents' whispered conversation. They were talking in low sound. Bisambarnath was a well-to-do grocer. It means a wealthy grocer. He came with a big party of friends and relations with him for the wedding. A brass band playing a popular tune from an Indian film headed the procession, with the bridegroom riding a decorated horse. Ramlal was overjoyed, very happy to see such pomp and splendor. Splendor means excellent. He had never dreamed that his fourth daughter would have such a grand wedding. Marriage. Boli's elder sister, who had come for the occasion, were envious, jealousy of her luck. When the auspicious moment came, the priest said, "Bring the bride." Boli, clad in a red silken bride dress, Boli wore, she was decorated and she was, that means, in a very beautiful red silken bridal dress, was led to the bride's place near the near the sacred, pious, holy fire. Garland the bride, one of his friend, prompted Bisambarnath. Immediately one of the friend of Bishambarnath told him to garland the bride. The bridegroom lifted the garland of yellow marigolds. A woman slipped back the silken Velmisier covering of the face from bride's face. Bisambar took a quick glance. The garland remained poised in his hands. The bride slowly pulled down the veil over her face. Have you seen her face? Said Bisambar to the friend next to him. She had poke marks on her face. She had poke marks. You know what is the meaning of poke marks? As I told you, that means marks of smallpox. So she had marks of smallpox on her face. So what? You are not young either. And his friend told him, so what? You are also not young? Maybe. But if I am to marry her, her father must give me 5,000 rupees. And now Bisambarnath became greedy and just he want to take the chance opportunity, and that's why he demanded money, dowry of 5,000 rupees. Ramlal went and placed his turban, his honor respect at Bisambar's feet. Do not humiliate me, insult me so in this way. Take 2,000 rupees, because at that time 5,000 rupees was too much for him. So he told him, if you are in the demand of dowry, he can pay only 2,000 rupees at that time. No, 5,000 or we go back. And Bisambarnath told Ramlal, if he will be not able to pay him 5,000 rupees as a dowry, he will go back home. Keep your daughter, and told, keep your daughter there. You know, my dear students, if the procession of marriage will go from the house of a parent, then what will happen? What will be the dignity of the parents in the society? So, parents never like that any marriage procession, that means procession, will go back from their door. At this, Ramlal went and placed his turban, his honor, at Bisambar's feet. Do not humiliate me so. Take 2,000 rupees. No, he was adamant and he asked for 5,000. Otherwise, they will go back. Keep your daughter with you, means here at your house, at your home. Be a little considerate, please. If you go back, I can never show my face in the village. And Ramlal told Bisambarnath that if he will go back with the marriage procession, marriage procession, definitely he will be not able to show his face in the village, in the society, and in his village. Then out with 5,000. Then come with 5,000. Bisambarnath demanded, tears streaming, tears streaming down his face. Tears started rolling down from the eyes of Ramlal. Ramlal went in, opened the safe, and counted out the notes. He placed the bundle at the bridegroom's feet. On December's greedy face appeared a triumphant smile. Triumphant smile, that means a victory smile. He had gambled and won. So he behaved in such a way that he gambled and he won the gamble. Give me garland, he announced. Once again, the veil, that means face covering, was slipped back from the bride's face, but this time her eyes were not downcast. Downcast means here the meaning of downcast, that means lower down. She was looking up, looking straight at her prospective husband, and in her eyes there was neither anger nor hate, only cold contempt. See, here just I want to tell you, poised means stop for a moment, humiliate, insult, considerate means keep regard, streaming means flowing down. When Bishambarnath behaved triumphantly, victoriously, that he gambled with Ramlal. He played a gambling game and ultimately he was the winner. And when Bishambarnath was told to garland the bride, this time the bride was not looking down. This means her eyes were not downcast, means she was not looking down, downward. And you know the meaning of prospective means possible. So her possible husband, she was looking straight at her possible husband, and in her eyes there was neither anger nor hate, only cold contempt. Contempt means hated. Bisambar raised her garland to place it round the bride's neck, but before he could do so, Boli's hand struck out like a streak of lightning. Struck means here, struck out means came out quickly with force. Streaking of lightning means a long irregular line of lightning, and the garland was flung into the fire, and she threw the garland directly, immediately into the fire. She got up and threw away the veil, the face covering, and said, Pitaji. Boli said in a clear, loud voice, and her father, mother, sisters, brothers, relations, and neighbors were startled. surprised to hear her speak without even the slightest stammer. Slightest stammer means without a little stuttering. Pitaji, take back your money. And she asked her father to take money back. I am not going to marry this man. Ramlal was thunderstruck. Thunderstruck means stunned, as if struck by lightning. The guests began to whisper, talking among themselves in low voice. So shameless, so ugly, and so shameless. They started condemn to Boli that it was she was a shameless girl that she asked her father to take money back and let them go. Boli, are you crazy? Are you mad? Shouted Ramlal. You want to disagree your family? Oh, sorry. You want to disgrace, to insult your family? Have some regard for it or izzat. It means you will have to do some regard, some respect for our izzat means for our honor, for the respect of the family. You should think about the respect of your family. For the sake of your izzat, said Boli, I was willing to marry this lame and old man. She immediately replied her father, only for the sake of you, only for the sake of the honor of her father, she was ready to and she was willing to marry with lame and old man Bisambarnath. But I will not have such a mean, greedy, and contemptible coward as my husband, and she will not accept such a greedy and timid person as her husband. We all thought she was a shameless dumb cow. Bholi turned violently on the old woman. Yes, auntie, you are right. You all thought I was dumb, driven cow. That's why you wanted to hand me over to this heartless creature. But now the dumb cow, the stammering fool, is speaking. Now she started. Before she was not able to speak, but that time she was daring and started speaking and replying to everyone. Do you want to? Do you want to hear more? Bisambarnath, the grocer, started go back with his party marriage procession. The confused bandsman thought this was the end of the ceremony and struck up a closing song. Ramlal stood rooted to the ground, his head bowed low with the weight of grief and shame. The flames of the sacred fire slowly died down. Everyone was gone. Ramlal turned to Holi and said, "But what about you? No one will ever marry you now. What shall we do with you? And Sulekha said in a voice that was calm and steady, don't you worry, Pitaji. In your old days, I will serve you and mother, and I will teach in the same school where I learned so much. Isn't that right, ma'am? The teacher had all along stood in a corner watching the drama. Yes, Woli, of course, she replied. In her smiling eyes was the light of a deep satisfaction that an artist feels when completing the completion of her masterpiece. You know that, my dear students, it is a very important thing. Whatever taught you in the class, if you are not able to do, if you are not able to utilize your teaching, your skill when you are required, then it is very bad. Then it is very absurd for you and for the teachers. If, see here, the teacher of Voli was so proud of her. Why? Because whatever she taught her, she was ready to accept and she implemented whenever she required, she needed. So, my dear students, it was all about this chapter, Boli. I hope that you will go through the chapter and watch the video. It will be very helpful to understand the contextual and outline of this beautiful story, and you will write all the questions, answer in your notebook and go through properly. Thank you.